My son-in-law, Mr. Peter Nwachukwu, killed my daughter, Minister Mrs. OsinachiNwachukwu. To amplify, the mother of late Mrs. OsinachiNwachukwu told the court that she and Osinachi's siblings were never allowed to visit the deceased, except one time when she was here. The 61-year-old narrated that she visited her daughter when she was sick, and when they went to church, Peter left them stranded and drove away with the children. She said Peter called her a witch and set her out of the house. I saw her last in December when she came to Enugu for a program, and before then, there was a time she left her matrimonial home because of the ill treatment, and she stayed with me for a year and 3 months before Peter came with a pastor to beg that he had turned a new leaf. However, after she returned and gave birth to her third child, she called me that she was hungry and I had to send my son Chibus of foodstuff to her in Abuja. My son, after 4 days, called me that he was no longer comfortable as Peter poured water on him and told him never to help in washing his children's clothes, and poured water on Osinachi and her newborn baby when she was praying, she testified. The defense counsel A.I. Aliyu, however, objected when Madu was asked if she never visited her daughter after delivery in line with Igbo culture. Emana, in response, submitted that Section 7 of the Evidence Act stated that the law stipulated that she could ask questions geared towards areas that would bring out facts leading to the charge against the defendant. But the judge, Njideka Nwosiheme, sustained the objection, saying that Section 215 of the Evidence Act allow questions geared towards areas that will bring out fact, but not questions that will elicit expected response. She also restrained the prosecutor from asking the witness direct questions. When asked if her daughter had other health challenges apart from ulcer, Mrs. Madu replied in negative. She further stated that she was aware that the matter was being investigated, but she did not know the outcome of the investigation, which was carried out by the police. Granting interview to my source at the court premises, this particular witness said, "I pray the family gets justice and this man is tried to excel somewhere in Medjugorje. However, I just wish Osinachi was success for the sake of her children. Don't let this missionologist interpretation of the Bible lead you to a painful suicide. All those who told her to stay and pray that divorce is not an option will never leave their own beloved child to suffer such. Rather, they will cover it up and save their daughter. You are God's child." Jesus asked the Pharisees if they wouldn't break the Sabbath to rescue their cattle if the cattle fell in a ditch, reminding them of the verse, "I desire mercy, not sacrifice." Under grace, you are automatically exempted from any law endangering your life, safety, and freedom to serve God. You can lie if it will save your life of those of others. You can even kill if it is in self-defense. All that will help you love God and your neighbor are permitted for you. If you are in such a dangerous situation, leave, break up, and move on. Those know every single verse will be quoting them, and not your Father in heaven who wants you to be alive and loves you and wants you to be well. As far as Solomon is concerned, no woman, even those who died in marriage and left her children behind, is good. You can never meet the standard of these judges who keep shifting the goalposts because they have no trophy to offer. Another witness said, "Very close to me is Mommy G.O. advising one of her gullible sheep to go home, remain with her fine boy Aborobanka, and pray over her constant beatings. I couldn't stand it anymore. I had to insult the bastard out of Mommy G.O., who is old enough to be my mom. I insulted her church and her husband and rained the remaining abuse on the foolish PhD wife that can't use her common sense except being pushed around by her church." Another witness also granted interview and said, "I can't just imagine how Osinachi stayed out with a man that kept beating her all the time. Most men adore their wife when they are the breadwinners. I am very sorry that she died. I wish she survived and free from him now. Please, oh, I thought they said that they are ghosts. If yes, Osinachi's ghost needs to torment that man very well. Don't allow him to eat or sleep. If he wants to eat, her ghost should slap the food out of his hand. If he wants to sleep, let her ghost push him off the mattress. Osinachi cannot eat anymore, neither should he." Another angry, bitter witness said, "You animalistic men that beat your women, jail awaits you. Continue. If she dies tomorrow, even if you did not cause her death, you will be fingered and labeled a killer. Continue beating her, oh animal. And as for you foolish women that choose to die in a relationship where they beat you like a thief, I hope your grave will be very, very deep so you don't reincarnate in this world again." Someone else now said, "Someone out there must have advised her to return and pray out her husband. Hope we all are learning." Another angry witness said, sometimes it is not just so low self-esteem, that spirit of I cannot do it on my own, spirit of he was there for me, let me endure, the spirit of what people will say other times. It is when siblings are disconnected from each other, a partner can easily take advantage of it. I was little when my partner auntie cried my dad about her husband's ill treatment. The man was warned. The next time he tried it, he had my dad and other uncles to contend with on a very good day. That was the last time he laid a finger on my auntie. Very wicked man. Can the parents of people going through issues like this forcefully take away them from their abusers? She should have let go back to the wicked man. Wait, so I don't get it. She worked and brought in money. The man did not, but she allowed the man to enslave her when she could have separated and be on her own. The story is very strange. It is usually women who have no money that stayed in such abuse, not the women that have money. Low self-esteem played a major role in her. His narcissistic behavior cowered her into accepting her fate. Religion and the society played a major role too. She is a gospel artist. What will people say if they hear that a supposed gospel artist is divorced? Self-esteem, yes, but religion, beliefs and doctrine that places law above humanity also cause things like this. Which church would have invited a gospel singer who is divorced? How will she deter ravaging directors of worship who are always seeking anything to sleep with? Even with all the noise over this woman's death, there are still several young ladies who are in an abusive relationship right now that are still giving excuses for the beast that they are dating. In fact, some are even probably watching my video like this with a black eye and swollen lips, but they still want to go ahead with the marriage plans. Just shaking my head. If ordinary boyfriend don't they beat you, wait till you think say go happen after the man marry you. My dear sister, be intentional about the man you choose to date, get married to. You deserve peace, happiness, respect and unconditional love. Inside myself, my mind is telling me that if OsinachiNwachukwu's husband, Mr. Peter Nwachukwu, actually had his PVC, trust me, he wouldn't have maltreated his wife the way he did. And peradventure, if OsinachiNwachukwu actually had her PVC, maybe she couldn't have endured what she actually endured in the hands of her husband, Mr. Peter Nwachukwu. But that is on a lighter serious note. So you that is watching this video believing to get more updates concerning the death of Mrs. OsinachiNwachukwu, hope you have gotten your PVC. It is very important because soonest is going to be the only access to my channel. Now talking about the update, the very first time that Mr. Peter Nwachukwu appeared to the court, this is what he said.
Hear the whole world because I've suffered a lot. I've suffered. I abandoned. What killed my wife is lungs, cancer of the lungs, not even kill my wife. I didn't kill my wife. Cancer of the lungs is what killed my wife. OsinachiNwachukwu. So I'm suffering for what I didn't pass through. What I don't know.
We all remember that the very first time that the death of OsinachiNwachukwu circulated the entire social media platform, that the husband was telling us that she actually died of cancer of the throat. Now, he is telling the camera that he actually died of cancer of the lungs, and I believe that is what his lawyer actually informed him to tell us. I beg we in the said that won't give. Of course, that is the first hearing, and the second hearing, the mother has testified and the case has been adjourned. I believe the next hearing, maybe the sisters will testify, of course the children will testify, of compound people will testify, neighbors, church members, everybody that felt, even the friends that had anything about this will all testify, and finally they have to present the autopsy results, and that is how the man will be sentenced, whether it's going to be firing squad, whether it's going to be by hanging, whether it's going to be life imprisonment. Of course the case must be judged. And I also heard that the burial and funeral of OsinachiNwachukwu is going to happen this weekend, and if you don't want to miss out, because I am definitely going to report live and every other update that has to do with the hearings and the judgment of Mr. Peter Nwachukwu, all you just have to do is to keep on promoting and publicizing my channel by clicking on the red icon down below, subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification post, and most importantly, I beg ejo mbonk do bikozian, go and get your PVC if you don't have. Let's make Nigeria a better country.